Hi, welcome. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. My name is Midnight. It's nice to meet you. Congratulations. Yeah, so as you know, you're the winner of our Outside Oasis sweepstakes. Yeah, it's a huge deal. I know you're probably very excited. So today my job is to help you to design your perfect outside oasis at your home. We have a virtually unlimited budget, so that's really exciting. Of course, everything is of no cost to you because you won the sweepstakes. So I have the RH Outdoor catalog here that sponsored our wonderful sweepstakes. Yes. And then Midnight Construction, so that's great. They will be installing everything. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look through a couple different things I have for you. I have the outdoor catalog, which has a ton of options for you. Just endless different patio setups, couches, grills, tables and chairs, loungewear. Really just some gorgeous options and different collections for you to choose from, okay? Yes, so that's very exciting, like I said. I also have the pond catalog, and this one is wonderful if you choose to do any type of koi pond or just little water oasis. It's hardly an oasis without some water, right? Yeah, so we do have pond and different fountain options. And you, of course, get a full-size underground pool included. So we can talk about if you want any kind of fountain in that. Yeah. Okay. And then I have some fun swatches. So a lot of people do their grill and patio area. You'll have some beautiful countertops out there. And I have tons of swatches for you to choose from. Yes, and then I also have paint swatches for you if you choose to pick some fun colors for your outdoor area. So I have tons of those as well. Okay, so I'm going to be writing everything down today for you because I know people change their minds. Yes, I do have access to my computer here where I'll just get everything pulled up to verify your information. And then typically I could check pricing on here, but probably don't care about that since you don't have a budget, okay? And everything is free for you. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna log in here. All right. Gonna move these items just for a second. Okay, could you just verify your full name, please? Okay, and your birthday? Okay, and the address where everything is going to be installed. And then the city. And the zip. Perfect. And what's a good email for you where I can email you all of the information that you picked today onto the portal? Thank you so much. And did you want to provide a phone number as well? Thank you. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with everything, okay? Right. I'm just gonna ask you a few questions and I'm gonna write responses down, and that will give me a great idea of how we're gonna get everything set up for your consultation, okay? Okay, I'm just gonna write your name here first. Okay, it's just a few questions, like I said. Okay, so you're going to be having a pool. Are you interested in any type of activity items around your pool, like a diving board or a water slide? Okay, perfect. And what about fountains for your pool? And possibly a waterfall? Okay, that sounds beautiful. Okay, what about lighting inside of the pool? Other than standard? Possibly color. Okay. Okay, and are you looking to do a grill area or a pavilion? Okay, what about a deck? Okay, and would you want a screened in pavilion or deck? Okay, and then how much acreage do we have to work with? 7 acres. That's great. Some people don't have a lot of space, so it's harder. Okay, great. And what kind of style is your home? Is like the build style colonial? Cape Cod. Okay. And do you want that style to match your home, or do you have any color preferences for that? You want a more modern style for the back. Okay, and do you know if you have any like really severe hills in the back of your yard, or is it mostly flat? Okay, well, we're definitely going to be surveying all of this. It just gives me a great idea if we're going to need to build in retention wall for the size area and things like that. Okay, and are you thinking you want a koi pond? A large one? All right, that's fun. Okay, and then what's the entertaining amount like you're looking for? Did you want a full kitchen? High top with a bar? Okay, so plenty of seating. Okay. So you want loungewear, but also table area? Yeah. Oh, this sounds like it's going to be great. Okay, and then what kind of colors or palette did you want to go for? Like browns and greens? Okay, that sounds really nice. You want Trex wood for your deck? That is a great choice. Glad you mentioned that. Turf around the pool. Okay. We can absolutely do something like that. Okay, let me just make a note. And I can show you some inspo for the fountain, okay? Okay, perfect. So I have the, some of your preferences written down here. Yep, so what I'll do now is I'm going to go ahead and open our book and get started on some of our designing, okay? And we will get everything squared away for your outside oasis. All right, okay, so first I would just like to start out by taking a look at some of the pond and pool accessories that you're going to want to have there. So like I said, I have our Pond Guide catalog. Yep. Yes, so you do have other options outside of this, but this is where I typically start, and if you want something that's not here, I can absolutely find that for you. Okay. Alright, so we'll just get started. I'm just going to open this up and show you some of the information. So let me just get to, this is some of just the upkeep and maintenance, which we will get to later. We will have somebody come in and service your pool, your pond, and everything like that 3 times a year for you, okay? So I'm just going to get to some of the plant and fountain options for your pond and pool. Okay, I'm going to show you some of these and we'll get started. Okay, so I want to just start out giving you a few options for your koi pond fountain. So I'll show you the pond and lake fountains that we have available. Yes, and then we'll move on to some of the water garden options and your pool fountain, okay? Okay. So this is the solar series. This is all solar powered fountains. We also can have different sprays depending on the sunlight, and that just helps to kind of show that beautiful water pattern depending on the location of the sun. So here are our most popular. Now your koi pond will be pretty big, and I'm less concerned about the koi pond fountain. When you're looking at a pool fountain, just consider the circumference, because we're going to probably put a little concrete circle in the center of your pool, and that will be where the fountain is mounted. Okay, do you like any of these? This one? Okay, any others? That one down there? Okay. These are 2 of our most popular, like I said. The double arch, so these are kind of the same flow pattern, but this one has 2 layers and this is 1. You like the 2? Okay, let me show you a couple more. So if you like the double arch one, but you wanted something a little smaller, we have the fleur-de-lis pattern. This is inspired by a French fountain right there. It's very beautiful, and it has a smaller density, so you're not like hitting the koi pond with an extreme amount of water. Okay, so I'm going to do the fleur-de-lis. Okay. Okay, and then for the pool, I was thinking we could do something that is a little bit lower, so it's not splashing all around the pool. Yes, so I would say something like, one second. This one back here. This is the single arch right here. Or that one is good. You like this one? That's the blossom, so we can do that one for the pool. Okay. Alright. Perfect. Alright, so let's just keep moving along. So next, I just want to show you some of the water garden options. So if you like kind of a more creepy style for your pool or your water garden, I'm sorry, your koi pond, we have a couple of options for you. We have some floating ducks, but my personal favorite is this floating crocodile. I also have the other one here. I think this one is a little bit more realistic. I love it. Yeah. Okay. Sure. And I also have a blue heron right there if you like that. Okay, so you want to do the three-piece floating gator. I'm not gonna lie, I do not have a lot of people choose it. Okay, I added that in the heron. Okay. Yeah, we can always add ducks later if you change your mind. Okay, so as far as fountains, I have some animal fountains on the side that can go in, but I think that we should do like a water spillway waterfall type thing. Okay, we can do that. So here are some options for your waterfall, and I highly suggest that you pick one of these because we have trialed and errored these a lot, so we know where the problems are and we can fix them. And usually they just don't happen. So I have the Waterfall Aquascape one. That one. Then I have the Water Garden Pond Flow, which is this one up here. You like that one? I love this one. And I love that cozy yellow lighting. And then I have the soft submersible and then the 3-tier. So here's the 3-tier and then here's the soft one. Okay. Sure. Okay, I can do that. So you want to do the first one here and we can blend it with this one here so you have like a 3-tier instead of a 2. Okay, and I have what I typically do by default is you have this cozy yellow lighting option. Oops, here, like this cozy light. And then I also do the rainbow light, so you could do any of the colors like this. That's okay. All right. We can do that for the pool as well. Absolutely. Okay. So I also just want to pick out a couple plants with you and then we'll move on to your furniture and color selections. Okay, move past that. We don't care about the pumps. We will take care of those. We just care about the cool stuff. Yep. Okay, so I just want you to go ahead and pick a couple of your favorite water plants, if you don't mind. I can give you more information on any of these, but I personally just want you to pick what you like, because you will have somebody coming in and maintaining these for you, so you don't need to worry about if they're difficult to maintain. What do you like? Do you see anything you like? Okay, the pink. Very, very popular. What else? This one. Okay. Let me write that down. Okay, and then do you like the blue flag iris? I think this one is gorgeous. Want one of those? A couple of those? Okay. We will worry about fish once we get the pond established. We'll sit down with you and pick your kois, but there are lots of options for the kois. Okay, and then I want to ask you if you wanted any stones in there. So we can do stones from your property as we dig if you have them. If not, I do have some nice stone options here that I can build around the waterfall and around the garden setting. Okay. So we will have one that's going over top of your pump like you see down here. Okay. Yes, I'd be happy to design something for you. So I'm just going to note custom design here. And you liked that one photo of the waterfall. I'll just use that as inspo. Okay, perfect. So we have a great start for your pond. So now we're just going to move into your design and what you want to see for your furniture, okay? All right, let's get started. I'm gonna move this aside so you have plenty of room to talk about your furniture. So again, this is the Road Outdoor Catalog. And this has endless options, as you can see, for anything that you desire as far as outdoor furniture goes. So you had mentioned that you wanted to do neutral browns and some greens. So I'm gonna just go to a modern design, and then we'll go from there, since that's what you had stated you wanted to go off of. Okay. And if you change your mind or you don't like anything, we can just adjust as we go. Okay, so we're gonna be picking some loungewear today for your pool. And I'm gonna go to the Balmain collection first. Okay, for around the pool, and then your patio table and any loungewear that you would like on your deck. Okay. Yep. So I'm gonna start with this. I'm just gonna move this aside this way so I can show you very nicely. This is a large catalog, as you can see. So we have this Balmain all aluminum collection. Just to start off. And we do have the chair and the table set complete with any color cushion that you would like. This is the beige. Okay. So here are some of the main palette colors that you would probably want from the browns and the greens. And I'm just going to kind of browse through and you tell me what you like, okay? Okay. This is the Marbella collection. This is one of my favorite lounge ones. This one. And you are going to do the fire pit. Okay, I'll take note of that as well. So this has the long couch here with the chair set. Okay, these are lifetime warranty, by the way. Here are some more photos of that. It is quite large, as you can see. Yes, it's very pretty. Now, as far as in front of your pool, this collection also has the lounge chairs with the gorgeous umbrellas. Sorry, my table's a little squeaky. Okay, you like these. Okay, let me just write that down for you, okay? So the Marbella collection. Okay, and how many of those would you think that you'd like? With the umbrellas. Okay, and we have a natural teak wood as well as a weathered teak wood. Okay. Yeah, I can show you again. So for the colors, we generally go with one of these. Okay. Okay, so you want to do the graphite? Yes. Let me get back to that one for you. Okay. So this is the elf couch. You like that one? And you wanted that on your deck, or did you want that around the pool? The deck? Okay. Let me show you that. So if you wanted additional kind of loungewear that's not a couch around the pool, we have the Marbella Collection sofa slates, which looks like this, and it can go up or down either way. Okay. And did you also want to do that in the same graphite? Okay. Do you want to do 4 of those? It comes in sets of 2, and I think you'd want to do a balance of them on both sides of the pool. Okay, perfect. So for your table, we have a couple of options. Let me show you. I have a couple of favorites. This is all weather aluminum materials. That's correct. Okay, where is that table? I'm sorry, I want to find you the one that's there. It is. Okay, so I have 2 options based on your color and style preference that you may like. The first is this one. It's from the same collection, and it's very long. This one can seat either 8 or 12 people depending on the size that you choose. And it does come in these 2 color options. One of those is the graphite to match. The other one is this one. It's also a 8 or 12 seat table. It is quite long. This is a side picture, so here is a better photo of that. It's quite long, and it has the other kind of seating, so instead of like the bench style, and you can do the wood, which is really beautiful. I love the chairs, and the graphite is available. Okay, let me try to find that. Okay, so the center of gravity, if you don't want like chair legs like this, the option you would have is something very solid that would look like that. That is the Pavloma, and they also have the bench options as well with the table in front. The other one. this is one if you wanted a bigger and a smaller table. There is an option like that as well. Here's the smaller one. Okay, so you want to do the Pavlana, and you want to do a large and a small. And did you want to do this in graphite or teak wood? This one? In both tables? Okay. So we've got your lounge chairs, 2 tables, a couch, and a fire pit. Did you want any extra chairs, extra lounge area? We have, if you're kind of like a more solo and you want a couple solo lounge areas that aren't a couch, we do have this. This is one of my favorite collections. We have a lot of people use this because it does give them like that solo area if you have like a backed area to like a landscape. Okay. So 2 of these, and you want those side by side? Okay. And you want those in graphite as well, I'm assuming? Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so we have your furniture picked out and we have your pond stuff picked out, okay? So pending any changes that you want to that, we're gonna go ahead and just go through a couple quick swatches for you. Okay. Just gonna put those aside. We don't need that. Okay. So you wanted the full kitchen outside, and we will go over appliances with you separately once everything is built and we're installing. That will go along with when we pick your koi for your koi pond. But before we get to that, we need to pick a marble or quartz for your counters. So you went with this graphite type of grayish color for your furniture, which is great. So I would like to kind of just show you a few options that you have for your different counters. So keep in mind this is going to be for your grill counter area and your high top bar. Alright, so I have the, are you looking for more of a gray, brown, I'm sorry, gray, black, do you know? Okay, so I'm just going to run through a couple of the popular ones that I think you would like that would match your furniture really nicely. So I have 4 here. I think 3 are going to be better than the other one, but I'll show you anyway. So I have the Quartz Frost, which is very white with a little bit of gray accent in it. You can see the textured base. Okay. Then I have next the Sombra in textured glass. All of these are scratch resistant. I think this would be really gorgeous with the gray graphite colors of your furniture. I have a Drama Marble. So if you wanted to go with more of a white countertop, this is going to be your go-to because it has those grays in there to offset. Okay, I'll set that one aside with this one. And then finally I have Typhoon Ice, which I really don't think is your style, but it might be. Looks a little too cheap for you. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. So your top 2 is the Sombra and the Drama Marble. you don't have to decide today. I will send both of these samples with you home. And I have a couple. That one's not gonna, you're not gonna like those ones, I don't think. Okay, so I'm gonna write these two down and then I'll send the swatches home. Sure. Okay, that's great. All right, and then finally, you will have to pick these within the next like 3 or 4 weeks, okay? And we can always get you a consult at the marble shop if you want to look at more. Okay, and then I'm gonna just go through my swatches and pull out a couple color palettes that you might like based on your overview we did earlier. Okay. So you had mentioned in the beginning greens and browns, maybe some gray. You obviously went with a lot of gray for your actual palette choices from your furniture to your countertops. So I have some cream tones that I really like here. And then I have a couple of grayish black colors as well. Yeah. So we have the cream, vanilla, and decor white here, which I think, if nothing else, could be a great accent color for you. Then probably what I would say might be the best is this soft gray or soft wear. Very close to each other, but this one will go really nicely with your choices for your counters. Oops, wrong swatch. The swatch is what I meant to grab. Okay. And then I also grabbed a few greens. So I will just put these against. I think what you're looking at is probably a softer, just to brighten the space so it's not too cold because it is an outdoor space. I also think you could consider doing like a peach with this. And I also pulled out Blissful Blue. You like that blue? Me too. Or Recycled Glass, which is probably my favorite with this one because it just has those warm tones. Yeah. So you do just Recycled Glass next to it. It could really go with either of these, but I love how it contrasts with this one. Versus these, which is, this is too warm, it doesn't go well. Or this one. I think this goes together really well. You like the Recycled Glass? This one? Sure. That one? Okay. So I'm gonna write down a couple of these colors. Did you like the coral one at all? This one? Okay. No? Okay. I'll grab some more colors from this palette, and then some lighter grays. The only one I have that's lighter right now is this porcelain, and I think it's too white. Yeah. The blue is really pretty, I agree, especially with that darker color. but I would still think go with the green. Okay. Do you want to see some more from that palette? Yeah. Okay. Got it. All right. So what I'll do is I will collect a few more swatches for you from that palette style, and these collections with a little bit. This is really white. This is really black. We'll do some in between. See what we can find. Okay. And then we will mail you a few more palette options, or you can go to a local paint store as well. And if you find something you like, you can give me a call. Does that sound good? Okay, so I'm gonna send you home with these and your swatches, and then I'll send you home with the RH Outdoor book. That's okay? Okay, yes. All right, and then I will update everything in the portal for you this afternoon, and you can go in there and check everything out online, okay? Yes, and right now I'm going to email you a link. Okay, so I emailed you a link, and that has it gives you access to your portal. You'll want to go ahead and set up your password as soon as you log in, and then you'll be able to access everything we talked about today, okay? Okay, great. So it was a lovely first meeting. I really enjoyed it. We'll get everything squared away for you, and then we will reach back out to get some final decisions so we can go ahead and break ground on your oasis. You're welcome. Okay, I will talk to you soon. You have a wonderful day.